instead of going live, I just figured we would record this video so that we could share it on all of the things social medias, the interwebs. But ultimately, I just want to say thank you for being my brand and product manager and vision exploder, and I don't know what else can I call you. Yeah, so thank you. Thank you for letting me be a lifetime client.
Oh my God. What did I do to deserve this?
Eternal one. Well, when you're great at what you do, you get me. Right?
Right.
And a lot of me's, because I know there's a lot of people that reach out to you and inquire of you of things to help imagine and dream and realize their vision for their product. So we were having a conversation earlier about my recent book signing experience, which in my humble opinion was a success. But I'm going to tell you one of the secrets to why I look so great. Y'all are the ones who told me that I look great. Is when I have a vision for something, there's a core team of people, i.e. core team, that takes my ideas and goes, okay, this can be a million times better. Which for many years now, I have curated and cultivated that relationship with Tonya because I trust her. And so outside of saying thank you, I want to talk about one of the ideas that we implemented, or I should say you implemented, it just got my name on it, for the book signing experience. If you were there or if you've watched any of my footage on social media, you would have seen a black box and it has my logo on it, which is my name and my brand and my font. Thank you very much to Tonya Neal. That box has had an impact on the lives of a lot of people who attended. And so I want to talk about the idea, and I'm going to let you hear from Tonya on what her ideas are. All I said was, hey, instead of giving away a gift bag, I would love to give people a box. I want to give them the box, and I want it to, I don't know, have something on
a box.
Yeah. And Tonya goes, I know. I was like, I don't want a bag, I want a box. Tonya was like, okay, that's great. But what if, and what if, and what if we, and what if we, and then I'm going to let you take it away from there. Tell the people what you did.
All I did was...
Oh, you did. Lord,
all I did was just listen to her. I mean, it's that simple. Just listen. I want a box, and I just don't know what I want in the box.
Yeah.
I know I want a box.
Yeah.
And I'm really intrigued by those types of things.
My shenanigans, or everybody's shenanigans.
Everybody, no, your shenanigans. You're who you are.
Yeah.
And the relationship, of course, is one that we've had for a long time. Yeah. So I kind of know how your mind operates a little bit, you know. And one of the big things is that you trust me. That you trust me, that you can throw it out there and it's going to stick somewhere. It might not happen right at that moment. It may be in the wee hours of the morning when I wake up and I'm like
2 a.m., 3 a.m.
box.
Yeah.
But the process for the box was pretty simple. It was pretty cool. I don't know if you know this, but she actually designed her own book cover. It was just a photograph, and the photograph was off the chain. Still is off the chain. I think all we did was add a pop of color to it. It was just a simple photograph.
Yeah.
Sometimes we get a little out there with all of the extra things we think we need to do, and some things as natural as a simple photograph. But anyway, that really started the brand. That was not me.
Well, and I got it. And let me plug right here, John, my creative director. He's out in LA. He had something to do too with the layout of it, because it was like, all right, Lane, I see that this is the vision, but girl, you need to move that font down a little bit or send it to me. So it was a collaborative effort. I can never, ever, ever do what y'all see me do on my own. Okay.
Yeah. Team. It's always a team.
Team Lane.
But she already had the logo. And so when I saw the black and white photo, I talked to her about what the contents of her book was. And the biggest thing was, what do you want people to know? What do you want them to feel? Or what do you want them to walk away with? It was a simple conversation.
Right.
I care about those things.
Yes, and thank you.
Yeah, I like the personal experience. You know, you can do Fiverr, and you're not going to get that. You're not going to get the one-on-one. You're not going to get the relationship. And how can you trust somebody that you don't know
Right.
or talk to or build a relationship with.
Right.
That's why what I do is so important to me,
Mhm.
you know, because I care about, you know, the projects that come my way. And so I want this box, getting back to the
I
topic
want a
at
box.
hand.
I want a box.
And so we started discussing her vision as to what she wanted people to feel when they received this box.
Yeah.
And so we just broke down the whole spotlight. You know, they're nervous about talking, speaking in front of people, and all that stuff. And so the biggest thing is the spotlight.
Oh my.
You know, so when we start talking about the spotlight, okay, hey, that's a light. You know,
Yep.
Slap that on a cell phone. You know, that's one of the big pieces of getting yourself ready to be in the spotlight. You need to know what a spotlight looks like.
Right. And you need to know what you look like in the
spotlight. Right. You need to touch up a little something, whatever. But we talked about the microphone.
Yes.
You know, a big part of speaking in front of an audience. And it might not be the old school microphone, but, you know, it could be.
Yeah.
And so we just broke down those items. Microphones so that they can talk into.
Right.
The light, spotlight, you know, and of course the old school, you know, singing in front of the mirror with a brush.
Oh, yes.
You know, so we kind of vibe with that and thinking about that.
And I did that.
Yeah.
I mean, there's footage of me doing that.
Well, you got evidence. You got evidence.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we did that, you know.
We did.
Biggest thing is the mirror. We stood in front of a mirror with that brush. And so we just broke down those elements. And as we did that, she was sharing with me, as I asked her, of course, what do you want people to know or think or whatever? We came up with little quotes that she always said all the time.
Yeah.
You got this.
You got this.
That was on
That's my favorite.
You got this was on the
mirror. Yeah.
Okay. When you hold a microphone, what do you want them to be thinking? It's time. Right? So all we did was just break down those elements, put them in this box so people will have a toolkit, right? As they think about the experience or preparing to speak. We also gave them a journal.
Yeah.
Because you may want to journal your thoughts. And I know ChatGPT, we can write in a notepad, we can there are a whole bunch of ways that we can journal our thoughts, you know. But that was a big way that we can write down our stuff. You know, explore what we want to say, take our time, read over it, scratch off, start all over again. But every element in the box, it was all centered around her book and the contents of her book. We were intentional.
Yeah, very intentional.
Very intentional. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes people pull things together just because, we need a mug and we need a, a stress ball. We need a, and you're not really thinking about what experience. It's all about experiences today.
That is, my life is experience.
Right. You want people to feel something, not throw the box in the corner. You had a young lady. What is she doing with hers?
Well, I saw a lady that attended who I do consider a friend. She had a TikTok video, which she, I want to say she is like a vlogger, right? And she was sharing her experience about the event, just not because of my event, but she was just talking to her captive audience about her day. And she opened the box and she shared the contents of the box and what it meant to her and what she was sharing with her mom. And I saw it on TikTok and I thought, man, we don't always get a chance to see back, right, our intention. I know it's out there and it's living and it's moving and breathing, but to see that made me realize how important intentionality is. Had another person approach me about the microphone that has had a struggle with stepping up and just speaking, but they feel called to do so. And I was really shocked because I'm like, you? Just like people do with me, you? And she was like, hey, I got the microphone. It's on my Bible. And I was like, oh, wow. And I keep getting these types of stories. So it tells me that the box works and the intentionality is purposeful and it's being felt. So,
yeah. And that's the big thing for me.
Yeah.
And I know it is for you. It's how people feel when they're in your presence.
Yeah.
How they feel when they leave.
Yes.
And a lot of these little trinkets and things that people do because it's always been done this way.
Right.
Oh, you get a swag bag and you throw this in there, you throw that in with no intentionality. Oh, they should just be happy they got it. No, I care more about the people that my followers, the people that I serve, the people I minister to, whatever it is that you do. If you don't put the people first,
right,
what difference does it make? They're not going to feel anything. They're not going to put that microphone on the Bible. They're not going to do the things that they need to do to help encourage them. You want them to take the things that you do and enhance their lives. Get them wanting to reach for the stars and do more and all of that stuff. And it's a personal touch, and we've lost that. The old school letter writing, the handwritten note, those kinds of things. When you take the time to get to know your audience, to get to know the people that you're serving or singing to, whatever you're doing, and you give them something that may not be valuable in a sense of dollars,
right?
But it's something that touches their heart and touches them in a place that they have not been touched before. You want to leave an impact, and I think you can leave an impact when you give that personal touch. And that's why I like the one-on-ones with people, to sit down, to listen to their vision. And you don't have to assure them, I don't want to do what you're doing. I'm doing what I want to do, the way I want to do it. And to have that time to peek into somebody's mind. And then I'm challenged by whatever it is that they come up with, and your mind meets mine. That's everything to me.
I think that you said so many things, the time, the trust, the relationship aspect. I mean, we're like 26 years, I think. How important is it to have trust in working with somebody like you that manages brands? And I mean, for me, I'm like an eternal client, right? I've been here and I ain't going anywhere. But then you have some people that you maybe just work on one project with for whatever reason. How important is it to have that trust aspect, and how long does it take to curate it? Like, what's the strategy?
It depends on the person you're dealing with.
See, that's why I'm still here.
Yeah, it depends on who you're dealing with, because every client is not my client.
That's true.
As much as I want the money, every client is not my client.
Right.
And for me is, I want you to have the best experience. I want you to have the best I want you to be proud of whatever it is that you're putting out. I want to be proud of it too.
And
but
you are.
I for the most part.
You are.
But there's no real strategy more than just connection. You don't trust me, I'm not going to be able to do the best job for you. You're going to go back and forth with me. I'm not going to go back and forth with you now.
We are never.
It's good. If you're not feeling what I'm doing, or I'm not feeling what you're doing, it's okay. It's okay. I don't need to exchange any money. No love lost. Here's your deposit back. It's being honest with yourself and saying, I am the best person for you, or I am not. So if you're an expert, if you're an expert on the thing that I'm an expert, you really don't need me.
Then we're not.
I gotta trust you. You gotta trust. It's equal.
That's it.
It's equal. And sometimes, people just don't know what they want. For me, I want people to see their dreams realized.
And you do.
And I want to challenge them to step a little further than what their minds can see. Because sometimes they really can't see past just the cover.
I said, I want a box.
She just saw a box. But listening to content, listening to that person, getting to know who they are, that's important to me. So strategy. I don't really have a strategy other than conversation.
That's good.
I want to get to know you. I want to get you to know why this project is so important to you. I want to get to know who your audience is, who you're trying to reach. I'm gonna say impress, but who you're trying to reach. And what do you want them to feel at the end of the day? If I can capture that with you, you allow me to, then we're gonna go there. We're gonna go there, and we'll make it the best thing that it can possibly be.
And I love that as you're talking about. How do you want people to feel? Like, I get all goofy on the inside because that is like my biggest thing. But I have my personal strategy is I like to work backwards before I go forward. And what that looks like for me, and this is just me, because I'm a production girl, I want my crew, they have to be loved on first. Because when they're taken care of, then this is for live events and things like that. When my crew's taken care of, then they're going to care for the people. So I actually, before I even throw, I want a box, I'm already thinking about what can I do for my production manager? What can I do for my musicians, my assistant, my creative director, depending on the scope of the event. So that's important. And then one of my biggest things is just me. I want people to feel loved on. I might not be privileged to what that looks like when they get home, but I know that I've done my job. When I see people pick up things or walking into a space and they have a smile and they're like looking at things and they're going, wow. And then I get to say, Solutions by T. This is who makes all of that beautiful magic happen for me behind the scenes.
Well, what you said was it's at the core of who I am, you know, and that's that love thing.
That's
you
love.
know, I want people to feel loved always.
Always.
You know, and so then when I'm working with someone that puts people first, you know, that makes all the difference. You know, you can toss out a logo anywhere. You can toss stuff, whatever. There's no feeling. The logo doesn't give you a feeling per se. You know, it's the person behind. You know, it's that whole storytelling thing. You hear that and you see that all over the internet. You need to tell your story. Tell your story. Tell your story. So that logo is not going to tell your story. You're going to tell your story. And then how you treat people when you get in that environment. It takes it to a whole nother level. What we're talking about is an experience and a feeling. Sometimes people have the attitude that they ought to be glad that they got what I gave them. You know, that's not what we're talking about. We're talking about caring for people, putting people first. And I care enough about you and the dollars that I'm spending. You know, I want to be intentional. Right. And you spend them dollars.
Lots of dollars.
Right. Yeah. And you know, and then it doesn't always have to be so much. You know, you can add, like we did, all we did was add a sticker.
Y'all, I had
this is a sticker.
Don't be talking about all we did.
Listen,
but we did. We had customized stickers for all of my products because my messaging, the quotes and the intentionality behind what we wanted you to receive needed to be branded on every item inside the box. And so
it's just that extra step can make all of the difference. To remind a person that's having a bad day, they're not necessarily about to go speak in front of anybody, but to pick up this thing and it just says, you got this. You know, that's why I'm so big on mugs and stuff, and I love affirmations and I love all that stuff. Just they're like little kisses on the cheek, little reminders here and there that you got this, that you are loved, that you are seen, that you are heard, that you are felt. All of the things.
We're doing all of the things. That's like my favorite thing to say.
Yeah, all the things. Yeah, you know, because you know. We need that, especially in this day and age, this time that we're in. To be intentional is everything. It's everything in your brand. It's everything.
It is.
Because it's a representation of who you are, representation of what you're trying to put out there in the world. And if you don't care about it, and hey, again, I'm not knocking people that
you're not.
Go to, you know, Fiverr or whatever. But when you do go to those types of places to help you with your brand, really they're just, you know, doing your logo. But you need to know what you want.
You need to communicate.
You need to be able to communicate with them or to them. And so I would suggest just sit down and just Google and look at images and get an idea, because if you don't, somebody else is going to run with your stuff. You know, they're going to tell you who you're supposed to be or what you should have people feel or what you should know. That it's your brand. That's who you are.
I can say like the relational aspect is important here, because I am privileged to say, I want a box. And then the box turns into whatever it needs to turn into. I don't have to say anything else. It's like, I want a box. Okay, then the box turns into this magnificent, in my opinion, experience for the people. Not for me, but for the people. Or I need album artwork, which I'm gonna need.
Yesterday.
Yeah, I forgot. I got music coming out. Okay, more music. Or I need my logo, my brand, which is my name, she designed, right? how we even started on the shirts is that you made a shirt for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was walking somewhere and somebody said, "Hey, what is that brand?" And I was like, what? They were talking about my logo.
Mm-hmm.
They was like, "Where can I get that?" And I was like, "My name?" That's my name. They're like, "Yeah, but where can I buy that?" I'm like, from me?
Yeah.
I don't know. That's how that, and I've had a lot of people. I've sold quite a bit of shirts and hoodies
and hats.
And oh yeah, I forget I got hats. Because we're doing all the things. I know time to be tired of me and my ideas sometimes, but hey, this is what you get when you get lame. But this is also what you get when you have somebody that you can trust, who understands your purposes really align in intentionality. There's never a fight here. I would never work with somebody that I'd have to micromanage, because if I'm calling you, that's one call.
Mm-hmm.
That's I need a box. I don't need to talk any more about it. That's it. Because you get it, you understand it, and you're going to elevate every single thing that you touch every time. You knock it out the park. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do we have any final closing remarks that we'd like to give to the people regarding working with someone like yourself?
Oh, someone like me.
Solutions.
Well, I'm different. I'm a little different.
What does that mean?
I'm just saying, I'm not.
Break that down.
I know.
I know we're all different.
Yeah.
But you are unique in some niche ways. Like the way that you care inside of what you do. I've never seen that anywhere else. I'm not saying it doesn't exist, but I've never seen it.
Yeah. And I just sit over here in my little space.
Space.
And I do what I do in my little space.
Sure.
It's that whole thing of go where you're appreciated too. Everyone is not going to like what I do or how I do it and all of that stuff, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
So I'm okay with who I am, from the quirkiness to the, whatever. I'm okay with who I am. I'm okay with how I develop things. Is not traditional.
No.
I don't operate in a traditional manner. I'm not going to give you all of the jargon, the marketing jargon and all of that stuff. All it is connection for me. That's natural.
Yeah.
It's not taught. It's just who I am.
Yeah.
I naturally care, and I naturally want to see people succeed, and I naturally want to see their event pop off and do all the things that it's supposed to do and draw the people that it's supposed to draw, and make them feel some kind of way when they leave. It's pretty simple.
Wow.
It's not the bottom line of the dollar.
Right.
It's, that's that forecast. I can see it all the way to the end.
Yes.
And many of my clients can't see it all the way to the end. They just see what's right in front of them.
Right.
And so I think my job is to see it to the end, see it all the way through. The areas, the one little card that's attached to a bag. It's we don't even talk about it. We didn't talk about that.
That was okay. Let's talk about that. Wait, I don't want to interrupt you.
No, you're good. Go ahead.
So remember I said earlier that I like to take care of the back house before I do the front. That is my strategy every time in any production meeting. Lane, what do you want? What do you want to see? Take care of my crew first. If you love on them, don't even worry about me. I'll clean up. I will get out and get my hands dirty. I'm a working girl. But I'm not too good to serve my people and not appreciate the people behind us. So with the love in the bags, and all of them kind of got something different in their bags from me. I don't remember who I gave what to.
Yeah.
But they had a personalized card for me. I did handwrite a card to each one of them. And they all had a gift based on just some preferences. And then you had this idea to put a card, what do we call it? Like a hanging tag?
Yes, it's a hang tag. It's a simple hang tag that you would use on a t-shirt or whatever.
But it's got my name on it.
But it has our logo on it. It's our logo, but there were several personal touches, and she filled each bag for the people that came out that have supported her. She sat there and she put the string through it. She packed all of the bags. That's another thing. Be involved in your own stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It takes it to another level for even you. The person that's because I'm real service oriented.
Me too.
So it's just like,
I want to do all the things.
I want people to love it and feel it and just
so happy.
I want to spread glitter and joy everywhere.
Unicorns and rainbows and glitter and sprinkles. Oh my God, we are ridiculous.
but it's cool to see because some people put themselves on this pedestal.
No.
And it's like, I just need my little workers to do the little things. That's minuscule. No, it's not.
No.
It's not. And so to watch you sit there and take the care, to say, I'm over here with these other boxes, and she's like, I gotta give this to these people, and I gotta make sure that they have it, and then I'm gonna set it off to the side, and then I'm gonna assign somebody to make sure that this person gets their bag.
I did.
It's intentional. All this, jokes and we're laughing. It's the intentionality behind it. It's the love and care behind it that you just don't get every day anymore.
Yeah.
Yes, you can click on a button on Amazon and you can send somebody some cookies and you can do that. Yeah. But that personal touch of really being involved, I guess you say, I touched the computer. I was involved. But
but we're on another level.
We're on another level.
Yeah.
We're on another level. Yeah. And it's really not letting go of the old school thing that, I want to be in your face.
Yeah.
You need to know that I care.
Yeah.
And it's the little things that matter. And we are so caught up in the big things.
Oh, man.
The big brands and the big, and it's how much I paid for this. And all that flossing and flexing, at the end of the day, when people are sitting at home alone by themselves, they're going to remember that note that you wrote.
Yes.
They're going to remember that microphone, or when they look in that mirror and that mirror tells them, you got this.
LANEshia.
You don't know that they needed it on this particular day, and it could be totally different from what your original intent was.
Yes.
So hey, just do you, be authentically you. Put yourself into because you are your brand. Put yourself into your brand. And you stand on the other side and say, what would I want to receive? How would I feel about it? When someone walks into my event, what do you want them to see? What do you want them to experience? And, what music is playing? What are the scents in the air? Yes. What's being passed to them? Mm-hmm. How are they being greeted and treated and touched and all of that good stuff?
Yeah. Don't be running around here just touching people. Touching and feeling on people.
but you gotta take it all in. Yeah. And you gotta put yourself there before they even arrive.
Listen. Woo, you got me inspired to do another event, which I actually have one coming up in Los Angeles, California. Yes. So get ready for LA. We're doing all the things. Yeah. I'm really motivated and inspired. I want to have this conversation with you to say thank you and to show the people of the interwebs, hey, this is Solutions by T. I have been very selfish with her over the years and very, very picky and persnickety about who has access to her. Although I know I can't control it. And I know I am out front and I'm the artist and but I'm also her personal security detail. So don't fofo. Okay?
And I want y'all to know that I was forced to do this. And this is not what I do. It's not what I do.
She doesn't.
I'm a behind the scenes person.
But okay, but you're talking to the behind the scenes girl. I am the super producer. I'm the audio chick. I'm in all black. I'm running mixes and cables, but I could do that. And I'm so thankful that I've done that, and I will still do that. I love doing that, y'all. But that's part of doing the work and being a part of your brand. I can't be an artist if I don't understand mixing and I don't understand what's happening on these consoles. If I don't understand how to communicate to a band live, and I'm very privileged in that space too. I call my dad, oh my gosh, I need you. I need you to do my music. And of course, when people find out he's a part of anything that I'm doing, they're like, oh, your dad's going to be there? They be like bypassing me. Right. Is your daddy going to be there?
Move to the side.
Which I don't mind that at all. But going back to being grounded, one of my personal strategies is that I have to get my hands in the things that I want people to experience. Because although I am in a position where I could say, hey, you guys take care of it. I'll be there when the event starts. I can do that because my team rocks. I can't do that.
Yeah.
Now I might be on the parking lot for a little bit, like, okay, let me see
meandering.
when can they let me? Can I go in? But behind the scenes, I'm going to do the work.
Yeah, and you know what? Why that's important, and I know the bigger people get, there's things that they're not
Yeah,
able to do,
sure.
and all of that stuff. But it's like find that space,
Find it.
because I think that's what keeps people grounded.
Oh yeah.
That teaches humility.
Yeah.
In certain aspects.
Yeah.
That you actually, and it doesn't matter. That you don't normally do it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like you said in our other video, I'm being told what to do.
Yeah.
It's okay.
She be telling me what to do, and I just be taking orders.
It's okay.
But I take orders well, right?
You do.
Yeah. You give me my marching orders.
You did a great job.
Yes.
And people don't know that. That is genuinely who you are.
Yeah.
It's who you are. It's the people that thinks that's far beyond them, and for the little people. And I don't think that I will ever embrace certain things that people say these days.
Sure.
It's really like I'm too good for this and I'm too good. I'm one of those people like I want to meet the people that are cleaning.
That's the people I watch.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah. And the attitude at which they do it, where some people, they toss their noses up in the air, look down, because we're all one step away from, I don't care what, like, so we're one step away from what you think is demeaning work. Yeah. Serving is not demeaning work.
And at the end of the day, we actually need each other. And that's also a requirement for me. Not that I'm pitching you guys to work for me or be on my team or my staff, but one of my requirements for my crew is that every person you come into contact with, you have to speak to them. Mm-hmm. And these are things I don't have to tell my people because they are naturally just rock stars anyway. Yeah. But we cannot walk around and look down on somebody that's taking out the trash. Yeah. Can I help you with that? Yeah. And I've gotten in trouble for that. John, say nothing. John went off on me one time. He did me like an auntie. He said, Lane, what are you doing? I said, I'm picking up the trash. He said, go sit down. I was like, he was like, you just got off a stage.
You never know who's watching, just in general, and your kindness. Because we can be on stage and put on all the makeup,
the poker
face and this and that. We can do all of that, but when you strip down, all of that comes off and you just the average Joe walking on the street, you still need people. You need people. And those people that you're doing so much to impress, they ain't thinking about you. Man. But it's the one that you may touch on the shoulder and say, I'm so glad you came.
Listen.
And it's like, it's the little things. Yeah. It's the little things. It may not be that for everybody. Right. But I know what it's like for me.
But find your thing.
Mm-hmm. Find your thing.
Which is associated and attached to a person.
Yeah.
Find your thing.
And be okay with that thing. Because if I want to be surrounded by people that have humility, if I want to be surrounded by people that care, if I want to be surrounded by people that celebrate me as I celebrate, that's my tribe. That's my crew. That's my crew. Yeah. And look, those are my clients. Yep. I know what kind of clients I want. I'm not battling nobody. I've been through too much in my life to be sitting there fighting you over yours. You have the right. You have the right to represent yourself the way that you want. And if I'm not that person, right? I don't have all of the degrees and I don't have all of the experience that some people may want me to have. And I know I got a lot of experience.
Your computer is something else.
But what I'm saying is, sometimes people, it's like even in the job market. Sure. You're looking at a sheet of paper and you think you got this person all summed up. You don't know what I can do. Yeah. That's why I joke, I call my business Solutions. Yes. By Tonya Neal. It's not that you have a problem. You just haven't found the solution yet.
That's it.
I'm good at research and I'm good at looking for things. I'm good at that kind of stuff. My brain does all of the things to help you land there. It's like I enjoy that part. Yeah. And so when I get with people that enjoy that about me or just let me run loose, let me go.
Listen, I'm not going to hire somebody for their expertise and then try to do their job.
Yeah. Well, it happens.
Well, I can't afford it. I mean, I can't afford, my
Yeah.
mind can't afford that. I need to be able to move on to the next thing, something else, and trust why you do it, why you are the solution, right? And that's the other thing that's important when you are a brand or you have a product or whatever. I mean, I know we could get funny with words these days, but my team, they can take my ideas and say, no, that ain't it. And I go, okay, I'm never offended. I might be bruised for about 10 minutes because why can't I do this? Because they've already elevated what it is that I've presented to them. I only work with people that make me better and the best of the best. Yeah. I get to work with the best of the best.
And so do I.
This was important to me because I believe in creating and curating things that are going to live beyond me. From the inception, the conceptualization, the imagination, the dream, the whiteboarding, the whatever y'all want to call it. Put it on the chalkboard if y'all still using that. Typing it up in your notes app on your computers. Yeah. It is important to curate the formula to what you want to see at the end, at the beginning. It has to start in the conversations with your core team, whoever that is. One person, 15 people.
Cast the vision.
You have to cast a vision. Don't get in your feelings if maybe somebody falls off or this doesn't work well for that. That's okay. You're curating and you're designing what it is you want people to experience. Because at the end of the day, it's really about people. I don't have to write books, y'all. I know my story. I don't have to take pictures or do videos. I can look at myself in the mirror like I was doing growing up with the brush. Right. Okay? I have that footage on the VHS. I know some of y'all don't know what a VHS is, but okay. I can do all these things. It is about me, but it's not for me. Yeah. Okay? I want you guys to use my experience, my story, my behind the scenes, and curate whatever it is that you say that you want to do. Yeah. No more excuses. Go and do all of the things. All right? Go do the things.
Go do the things.
All right. Peace and love, everybody. Bye.